Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead. And I had a steak that I vacuum sealed that the seal broke. And I had some beans left over from the last picking that were going to start wrinkling up in the fridge if I didn't use them. So here's a kind of leftover makeover make it stretch meal. Here I have a cup and a half of basmati rice, a half a tablespoon of butter, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. In this jar, I have some soy sauce, and I'm adding double the amount that I put in of rice. I'm going to turn this on, and when it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it off and put a lid on it, and that's going to be the rice for our stir fry. Here is the rice I made, the seasoned rice, and now we're going to get started on our stir fry. First things first, we're going to turn on our frying pan and we're going to give it a slick of olive oil. This steak, the seal, broke on the vacuum seal bag, so we're going to use this in the stir fry. It always cuts better. It always cuts better if it's partially frozen, but I got Briar to take it out of the freezer for me and I forgot to put it in the fridge, so it's a little on the floppy side. I'm going to take some steak spice here and the juice of a lemon, or half a lemon. And we're just going to let that sit on the board there and marinate a little bit while our pan heats up. This is kind of a leftover makeover meal, folks. Why? Because here's beans that came out of the garden, but there wasn't a whole lot of them. There was too much for one meal, so I put the rest in. Oh, there's a leaf of parsley there, or not parsley, celery. Let's get our meat going there. Somebody sent me this, and it's got a really sharp edge. Now, let's see what we can do with these beans. I'll just take one end off there. There. Get that meat just a searing up nice. These were soaking in water. They'd been washed and they were soaking in water, so I'm not worried about rinsing these. Nothing like having fresh vegetables from the garden, I tell you. I got a small leaf of celery here. I could go out and get some more, but Briar's not fond of celery, so we'll just use this little tiny bit.
You don't have to cater to me.
Well, I mean, unless you want to go out and pick me some celery from the front tomato beds. There you go. So we'll just use what we have, right? Okay, we're going to put these in next because they're going to take longer to cook than any other vegetable I'm putting in here. Okay. And in go our green beans. We want to leave this pan on medium-high so that it'll cook off any juice. Gracie smells meat cooking and she's like, okay, I'm going to slick up my throat. All the way to the leaves. just throw them in there for a little bit of flavor and a little bit of color. We have a couple of half leftover onions in the fridge. We're going to cut the ends off them. I just don't trust onions that have been open in the fridge. I cut the ends off. This has been on a plate, so I don't worry so much about that. Go. This is going to be amazing. You know what, folks? Just because you don't have everything, you know what? I get ticked off with the, Hello Fresh and those meals that they come in a box to your door and they give you instructions on how to cook. Learn how to cook, folks. It's real simple. You don't have to pay somebody else to lay everything out for you. It's food. How difficult can it be to match up some flavors, right? Look at that. Okay, now. Huh?
I said, and if it sucks, throw garlic and cheese.
Yeah, Briar says, and if it sucks, throw garlic and cheese on it. Okay, this is my last bag of last year's peppers. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at the color. All right, now, I want to show you something that I did yesterday. Well, not yesterday, a couple of days ago for our wraps. I bought these peelers off the internet once, and I found this the other day. Now this is I'm just peeling this carrot. Now carrots take a long time to cook, so you want them as small as possible, right? So I have this shredding peeler. Now you just watch. See, just shreds it. And that adds more nutrition, more fiber, more vitamins, more color, everything you could possibly want in your stir fry. Do I have any sesame oil left? Well, I got a little bit of everything in here. I got Italian seasoning and soy sauce and the rice. Look at this. 1 carrot, folks. 1 carrot. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, Clark. All right. Look. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Whoops. Getting it all over the place, though. See? A steak that had lost its seal in the freezer. Some peppers, onions, big green beans, and shredded carrots.
Did you say you need kindle?
Yes.
You want to light a fire?
Yes, it's freezing in this house. Just a little fire, Howie. Is that wet?
Yes.
You got some window frames in the hallway.
No, those are cut, ready to go on once I get around.
Yeah, and then they got to be sanded. Look at this, Howie.
Looks good.
Yeah, look at this. Nice, eh? Now we want this, we got this on high, because we want a lot of the water to cook off. You don't want to put a lid on this just yet. We want a lot of this water to cook off because our rice is cooked. If you want to do it differently, you can partially cook your rice, drop it in and put a lid on this, and it'll absorb up all them juices. Nah. Let's just get her in there. There we go. Yeah, don't throw any big logs on it. I just want to take the chill off the house. Oh, here we go. Now that's what this is really good for. right. Now that the liquid's all gone, this is ready. So let's dish this up, and we'll see what Father has to say about my leftover makeover rescue meal. So here we go. Look at that. Lots of rice and veg. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's take this to Father and see what he has to say. First fire of the year to take the chill off. Father's gonna have to clean this wood stove in the chimney soon. Now this is a leftover kind of makeover meal. I had leftover beans and leftover onions, and this was one steak that, a nice big one, that had, that the seal broke. So I had to use it. So it's vegetable beef stir fry. Tastes like vegetable soup, doesn't it?
Good.
How you doing on the floor? How you doing on the floor downstairs? Don't forget the baby.
Another couple nights it'll be done.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Gracie. Daddy's gonna share a little piece of meat with you. Yum, 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 yum. There we go. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead saying, I had one steak that the seal broke, a couple of half of onions and some green beans we picked a few days ago, beef, vegetable, rice. One steak, 3 people. Take care, God bless.